Hello friends, I'm making this video to inform you about a very important change that SEBI is considering making, something that is very dear to my heart, and it has significant ramifications both for the market as well as for your own jobs. SEBI is considering to shift the securities settlement from T+2 to T+1. This is a very big important change that they are trying to bring about. What is T+2 settlement? T+2 is when your security transactions are settled 2 days after your transaction date. So you transact on Monday and your security settlement happens on Wednesday. Similarly, T+1 is when the settlement happens on the next day. So why is it very difficult to shift from T+2 to T+1? Simply because in a large sized country like India, and when the settlement step involves too many institutions, for example, the client, the exchange, the broker, the clearing member, the clearing corporation, the depository participant, and perhaps the custodian as well, in case of institutional trades, it is very difficult to get everybody together, and the operational efficiencies required are humongous. Now, to put things in context, when I joined the financial markets just after college in the year 1998, that time Securities Exchange Commission in the US was trying to bring its own settlement cycle down from T+3 to T+1. And they attempted for 4 years. They shifted the deadlines every year for 4 years, and then 5th year they gave up permanently. And they issued a statement saying that it's not possible for us to move to T+1. And another thing is that they moved to from T+3 to T+2 only in the year 2017. Okay, and to put things in context, India already moved to T+2 14 years ago. Okay, in 2003. India moved to T+5 in the year 2001, and then subsequent year it moved to T+3, and then next year in 2003 it moved to T+2. Okay, so we have been performing very well simply because we adopted the depository functions very well. Okay. And you also have to realize that the smaller the market is, the easier it is to make these changes. Now, how is SEBI even attempting in a large country like India? There are two very important steps that SEBI has taken that is enabling this. Okay, first is that it has recently required clients to make upfront margin payments for all the securities that they have purchased. Till now, what used to happen was client used to first buy, and then intraday used to submit margin, or next day they used to submit margin, and the broker used to fund the client's position. So SEBI first put a bar on that. Okay, those of you who only trade electronically will not know this simply because all your money is debited before the transaction is initiated, or at the time it is initiated. Whereas in the physical world, you called up the broker, you initiated your transaction and paid up, okay, during the day or perhaps next day. SEBI has put a bar on that. The second very important change that it has done is that it has disallowed purchase of securities against sales. Okay, if these securities are still lying in your demat account. So earlier used to, for example, sell Infosys shares and immediately buy TCS shares while the Infosys shares were still residing in your account. SEBI has put a bar on that. And now what is required is, if you do a sale transaction and the securities are automatically debited immediately at the time of doing the transaction, then you can put your purchase transaction. Otherwise, if the shares are still lying in your demat account, you cannot put another purchase transaction till the shares are moved outside your demat account. Why is this done? Simply because there is a risk that you will initiate the transaction, a sale transaction, and do a purchase, but then tomorrow when the shares are actually required to move out of your account, before that you put in a delivery instruction slip and move the shares manually from your account to somebody else's account. So the transaction will fail, the settlement will fail, and the market will be at risk. So by putting in a process where the shares are also debited immediately at the time of making the transaction, if you want to do a simultaneous purchase, SEBI has actually moved one step forward. Okay, and only because of these changes, also coupled with some changes on the RTGS, NEFT and IMPS, where you can immediately transfer your securities. On the back of these changes, actually movement of a large country like India is possible from T+2 to T+1, and this attempt can be made. Now we have to see how US market moves and how and when they shift to T+1 after giving up on T+1 initiatives way back in the year 2002, 2003, etc. Okay, since then actually long time have passed and technology upgrades have happened significantly. So let's see how US reacts. But in India, we are at a very good position moving from T+2 to T+1. There are obviously a lot of benefits of T+1. Your money comes faster, your share comes faster. Okay, so your capital is not blocked, and overall there is huge process efficiency. But then implementing it is very, very difficult. So we have to see carefully how the implementation happens. From job perspective, actually, there will be lot of less recruitment in a T+1 kind of environment than T+2, simply because T+1 relies a lot on automation in all the agencies and institutions that I talked about. Okay, so intelligence will play a very big role. Manual labor will not in future. Thank you. Bye bye.